Thank you for the conference and thank you for coming here. My question is, why is the psychological diagnosis of gender dysphoria accepted in the legal community and in the medical community? And can you refute that notion? I'm interested in, Jeff, why your wife went along with this notion. Why couldn't you just get another expert opinion? It seems like a problem of expert testimony in the courts and, you know, judges bringing their political bias in rulings and stuff.
So here's why. Because your family courts, because of very bad statutes passed by the Texas legislature in the late 70s, removed appellate review from the most important decisions that are delivered by family court. Let me say that again. Family courts are making decisions about how often they see their children, how often children see their parents, and the relationship between their parents is being regulated with no judicial oversight whatsoever, and it's by statutory design. Okay? Judges have fiat power over your children, and as a parent, you become wards of the state when you enter family court. My judges have never allowed me to get an independent psychological examination of my son. Rather, the judges have picked psychologists that they know very well, I might add, to examine my son. I've never been able to get independent. Now, let me tell you the last counselor for my son, and let me tell you if you think this was an accident. The last counselor for my son was Susan Fletcher. She's an Abbott appointee. She's an appointee to the Board of Examiners, and she was also appointed to the Red Flag Commission so that psychologists could take away your gun rights on merely somebody reporting you. Do you think it's an accident in this high-profile case that I got an Abbott appointee as a counselor? There's tremendous abuse in the family courts in appointing counselors, and that's why I've never been able to get my son an independent evaluation.
And I will add to that, the problem in the mental health field is that over the last decade, they have really changed how they're teaching psychology. When I was in grad school, even though I went to a secular institution, there is no way in heck we were taught that the way that you deal with kids who may suffer some gender identity disorder symptoms would be to give them hormone therapy or cross-sex hormones, or certainly any kind of surgeries. We knew that the treatment really was to do nothing, that 90% of kids outgrow those kinds of feelings by the time they finish puberty. And so, you know, you do a little parenting, you reassure parents, maybe give them some ideas or techniques to do some things different with their little boy or little girl. But it wasn't a major profit center the way that it is now. Now it's a profit center for pharmaceutical companies and unfortunately very unscrupulous mental health professionals. But I do want to say, because our universities now have become such hotbeds of liberalism and frankly just crazy thought. I mean, I don't know how else to describe this whole gender ideology now. It's simply crazy that we're graduating professionals, both in the medical community and in the mental health field, who believe this. This is what they've been taught. And so now most younger professionals, if they don't have some faith or some, you know, have some ability to think independently, they're going to promote this. Older mental health counselors, you know, maybe my age and up, we weren't taught this. And so there are many still out there who are good counselors and they know how to treat these things well. But frankly, they're a little bit afraid to speak up. I don't practice anymore, and so the left can't come and ruin my practice because I don't have a practice to ruin, right? But I know when I've asked counselors to come with me to Austin and testify on some of these things, they're afraid to do so because they're like, we have a practice and there's people we can help, and if we speak up, we risk getting shut down. And we don't want to stop being able to help people. And so it's a travesty.